you are seen. You are worthy. You are not alone. The world loses one person to suicide every 40 seconds. Let's change the stats. Together, we can say not suicide. Not today.
Welcome to True Crime, Authors and Extraordinary People, the podcast where we bring two passions together. The show that gives new meaning to the old adage, truth is stranger than fiction, and reminding you that there is an extraordinary person in all of us. Here is your host, David McClam.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of True Crime, Authors and Extraordinary People. Of course, I'm your man, David McClam. Hey, if you guys haven't already, make sure that you're following us on all of our social medias. One link to a link tree will get you every place you need to go pertaining to the show. All right, as you heard coming in, if you are someone that feels like you may want to hurt yourself or someone else, please go and dial 988. You can call or you can text them and they can get you the help that you need. If no one else has told you this today, let me be the first. We do need you to be here, and your life matters. Nothing is worth your life. All right, so as promised, if you follow me on TikTok, I said I will come to you today with a quick update. So here it is. First of all, thank everybody for being patient with me. I know it has been over a month since you've heard from me. I think my Father's Day episode was the last time that you heard from me. As everybody knows, if you don't, I'll tell you now. My wife did go in for major surgery. I did take a full leave of absence from work for that purpose. So we were busy dealing with that. I'm happy to report she is doing well. She survived. Everything's good. Just trying to get over the post-op pain, which is what she's going through now. But everything turned out fine there. Then, as you also know, that I have been busy in defense of my friend, Humphrey, and we're going to talk all about that here in just a minute. All right, so again, as I said, I apologize. Happy Father's Day. An update on Humphrey was the last episode that I had. And so we are getting back to the regular grind now. I'm getting everything that I produce back on the regular trail now that we can. So now we're back to releasing episodes on Saturday. That does mean that you will be getting a full episode tomorrow. And I'll tell you what we're going to talk about. We're going to be talking about the group that is now known as a cult, probably one of the biggest cults in the world right now, which is NXIVM. And so stay tuned for that. And of course, all the other podcasts that I am on, they're already back to regular. Deep Dark Secrets is back, and so is Extinguished. Extinguished new episode's going to come out if you listen to that podcast on Sunday. Want to keep everything on track. So we're back. True Crime Authors and Extraordinary People back on Saturday, Extinguished on Sunday, and Deep Dark Secrets on Monday if you follow the family of podcasts. All right, as I mentioned, there's some things I want to talk to you about that's going to change about the show and the production of it. So let's get on with it. Now, I have been so busy that I have done the one thing that I have never done in the 6 years that I have been doing podcasting. Everything that you've heard from me has been written by me. It comes usually from the top of my head. I research a case. We get into it. I have been approached before by people that says, we know that you're busy. Why don't you hire and let us be a researcher for you? And I said no, because I just wanted to do the things the way I wanted to. I've always been this one-man band. If you get to know me, that's why I probably edit my own show, because the fact I have control over that and I know that the sound sounds good. And the time that I did try to outsource that, it didn't work too good for me. But I am very busy. I'm doing this podcast. I'm producing We Are Not Afraid, which is all in defense of LaDonna Humphrey. I produce Deep Dark Secrets and Extinguished. I'm the co-host on Extinguished. So I finally broke down and I said, okay, I'm going to hire a researcher. What a researcher usually does in the podcast realm is they will research the case. I give them a case. They'll research the case for me. They'll get all the cold, hard facts. And then usually they'll put everything together, for lack of a better term, in a script. What I call it is, I just call it points. So they give me the bullet points and all the kind of stuff that goes with it. Basically, the same thing that I do, because that's what I do. I go and research the case. I write myself all these bullet points, and then I just tell you how I feel about it. Nothing's going to change there. It's going to be the same format, but I have hired a researcher. I've allowed this person to tell me if and when they want to be exposed. You know, some people don't like fame, but I do have a researcher that is researching my cases for me, and is going to keep me more on track with the cases that we have. I have a list of cases that I have collected for 6 years. Some of them I have to redo because it was on another podcast, but most of them are brand new. So just to let you know, I do have a researcher now. Person does not want to be mentioned, so I'm going to thank them right now. Thank you for all the hard work that you are about to do on this podcast. The other change is this. So as you know, I have produced a new podcast called We Are Not Afraid, the podcast that exposes the truth among all the lies. The reason why that podcast was produced in the first place is because there's a podcast named Pretend that is spreading lies about LaDonna Humphrey. As a matter of fact, I have already debunked a number of them on just a few episodes that I have dropped over on We Are Not Afraid. One day I woke up and I started looking at numbers because it is a brand new podcast. And I wanted to look at numbers not because I wanted to see exactly where it was, but I wanted to see what audience was I engaging. People, this stuff is dealing with somebody's life. This is what my platform is based on. I need to get as many ears on that as we can, because people are spreading these lies. They're trying to cost careers. They're trying to bring this person underneath the table with them because the fact of the matter that LaDonna was a whistleblower. She turned somebody in, and the person she turned in can't handle it. So I'm like, what do I need to do? So they've made fun of me in their Reddit thread. You know, they've said that I'm a shodcaster, which is supposed to be slang for a bad podcaster. They've went on to slander me. They've went on to say things like nobody listens to my show. So we're going to bring We Are Not Afraid here. You are my listening public, and you guys deserve to hear this, and you guys deserve to chime in on this. And all of her fellow authors listens to my show that I have already interviewed. And I'm not doing this for money, so I'll give you the same thing I said over there. The same rules apply here as it did if I was uploading it to these separate podcasts. The We Are Not Afraid episodes will not be monetized. They would be the episodes that you will hear that has no ads running on them at all. Down the line, I am going to do some things for monetization. I'll tell you guys what those are as I set them up. All of the We Are Not Afraid episodes will not be a part of anything that is monetized. So if I say I'm going to do ad-free episodes, you already got them ad-free. If I say I'm going to put some behind a paywall, these will not be there because I'm not doing this for money. I'm not doing this to further the podcast. I'm doing this to prove that LaDonna Humphrey is innocent. And to do that, I need more ears on that so that you guys can hear the ridiculousness that goes on over there. So if you haven't tuned in to We're Not Afraid yet, here's what's going to happen. Pretty soon, you're going to start seeing these episodes trickle in. I'm just going to re-upload them here. That will come across as bonus episodes for you. So they will say bonus. You will be able to tell the We Are Not Afraid episodes because the logo that I had made for that podcast will be the logo that will be on that episode. This way you'll be able to tell what is the difference between True Crime and Authors and Extraordinary People and the We Are Not Afraid episodes. This also gives you the option if you want to listen to them or not, but I hope that you do listen to them. I have already debunked her ex-partner, which is Alicia Lockhart. I hung her basically by her own words of what she was saying that LaDonna was spoofing or sending her email that she should not have been sending and accused her of being people that she's not. I have exposed a document that has now sent Anthony Christopher and his attorney on fire because the document alleges that a judge may have been paid off and that a cell phone may have been stolen. I have debunked the Mar Murray reward situation, which they accuse them of, I guess, not having the money or just randomly pulling that. I've already debunked that. And we talked about the reward, and we also talked about the emails, and I'm still not done with that one. This is what you have to look forward to going over there. And the last one I debunked was they wouldn't put fake petitions up everywhere, people saying that all of a sudden Oasis of Northwest Arkansas, which is the organization that LaDonna is the director over, is defrauding people and they're not compliant with the charities board and that they won't give over their tax forms. Well, on the last episode that I just released, I debunked all that and told people how they get 990s, which is what they want. And I tell you that it is not true. And I give you proof of that. So that is what We Are Not Afraid is all about. And I hope you guys tune in and listen to these episodes that's here. We're going to bring this over to the bigger platform so that everybody can put their ears on it. Now, I will give you this warning, which means nothing to me, and it should mean nothing to you. You will probably see my ratings on this podcast drop. It already happened. As you know, for 2.5 years, I carried a 5.0 straight. That is something that even pretend podcaster Javier Leyva hasn't done. And I owe that all to you guys. But these people are vultures. They go and attack me everywhere I am whenever I say anything about LaDonna Humphrey, which is why you saw me drop to a 4.8 because of the couple of remarks that they left. So you will probably see this rating begin to drop further than that. I will put this out there so that they can hear it. That rating does not mean anything. This is what iTunes rates me. What this does is it shows me what my engagement is here on iTunes. It doesn't go beyond that. So when you see a 4.8 ratings and it says something like this person's carrying 197 ratings, that's 197 ratings of everybody that owns an iOS device, an Apple TV, a Mac. That is it. Not my whole audience. The number that matters is a number that they cannot touch. The number that makes people reach out to me to have people like Tamron Hall on the show, they cannot touch. It is my global standing in the world. There is a number of places where you can go and find that. One of them is a place called Listen Notes, where they track exactly what your listen score is, and then they track where you are in the world. Right now, my listen score is indeed a 40, and I am indeed in the top 1.5% of the world. That is in the world of all true crime podcasters. That's what you're ranked against. That's very high. So they can't touch that number. That's the one that matters. So don't be alarmed. You're going to see petty people come over here because they don't want the truth. The episode I'm about to shoot there now that you guys will also get is about now they're trying to sue me. And I guess that they thought I wasn't going to say anything about it, but you're going to know all about that because now I've been threatened with the suit that they can't prove anyway. And the things they're accusing me of doing, I haven't done. So that episode is going to be coming out real soon. So stay tuned for that. They're just grasping at straws because when somebody tells the truth, when they think they got a person right where they want them, they don't want that to come out. And that's what I'm doing. I'm going to spread the truth about this, even if it kills me. All right, guys. So that's it for the update. Hope you guys are looking forward to We Are Not Afraid coming over. Again, you will know what those episodes are because it would have that logo I made for that over there. So we can keep that in track. Please listen to that. If you do enjoy what you hear here and you do enjoy my podcast, make sure you go and leave me whatever you think that I deserve. I'm not going to ask you for a 5-star review because that is only something that you can determine if I deserve. But if you do like me and you think I deserve it, give me that 5-star review. And also make sure you write a comment so I know that you are there. All right, guys. So once again, I thank you for joining me today. I hope you are being safe out there. I know you have many choices in true crime interview podcasts. I am grateful that for the last 2.5 years, you have chosen me and you have been listening to the only 3-faceted podcast of its kind. So please be good to yourself and each other and always remember, always stay humble. an act of kindness can make someone's day. A little love and compassion can go a long way. And remember that there is an extraordinary person in all of us. I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Join us on social media. One link to the link tree has it all. Feel free to drop us a line at truecrimeandauthors@gmail.com. Sound mixing and editing by David McClam. Intro script by Sophie Wild and David McClam. Theme music, Legendary by New Alchemist. Introduction and ending credits by Jackie Voice. See you next time on True Crime, Authors, and Extraordinary People.